Welcome to my channel. This is Black Man's View. I want to talk today about the NFL. Well, pro sports, period. And what's on my mind is this. The Jets, New York Jets, had a receiver, Haason Reddick, that held out this entire season so far because he was demanding the trade. He didn't want to be with the Jets no more. And he's lost millions of dollars because he's been holding out, because the Jets was basically telling him, nah, son, you can fuck yourself. This is what you're going to do. If you don't do it, then you can just hold out. We'll continue taking the money and fines. We'll just keep doing that. But they finally allowed this dude to seek permission for a trade. They finally, all right, we tired of fucking with you here. You got 12 hours to find a suitor, somebody that's gonna take your ass. Which everybody on the news, from what I've read on the internet so far today, everybody was like, he's showing a new kind of power for the players, because everybody knows that NFL players don't have the power that other professional sports leagues players do. They don't have guaranteed contracts, and they all kinds of shady stuff in the contracts. Where if like that deal that Patrick Mahomes did a couple years ago, I think it was $400 million, when in reality the contract was only for like 100. Well, not only, I mean, it's still a lot of money. He's generationally wealthy. But the contract was only for like $100 million, $200 million. But everybody was like, it's $400 million. Wasn't nothing like that when you put in all the incentives and everything else that's in the contract for this and that and this and that, this and the other. So NFL contracts are shady. Everybody knows that NFL contracts are shady. But what bothers me is a contract is a contract. You sign your name on the dotted line. You agree to said terms of the contract. So if you, for some reason, violate the terms of that contract, then any other agency or entity that you work for will have all rights to terminate the contract and tell you to kick rocks. But it ain't like that in the NFL. All these people, and it was maybe 10 years ago, maybe, before they changed it in the rules. All these rookies coming out of college, holding out for money and not playing when they get drafted. And I think the biggest bust, Jamarcus Russell, got drafted by Oakland, and he held out. And at that time, he was the highest paid quarterback in the league, and he was a rookie. And all these other busts is coming out of college. The dude from USC, he's all of them's broadcasting now. He's on ESPN or Fox. And they held out to get all this money and hadn't played a snap in the NFL. It's just, I couldn't be an owner. You understand what I'm saying? I couldn't be an owner. Because if I give you a contract and you and your people, your lawyers, your agent, agree to this contract, and you put your name on that contract, you are going to abide by the rules of that contract, or I'm going to get rid of your ass. I don't give a damn what kind of explosive player you might be, what you might bring to my team, because business is business. And if you say, and it's just not only that, it's just you give your word as a man or as a woman in professional sports that you're going to do said terms of this contract, and then all of a sudden you might have 2 or 3 good games, and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to change the terms of the contract to suit you because you think you bigger than what you are. Man, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Get the fuck out of here, because it's crazy. You give your word as a grown adult, be it a male or a female, whatever sport you're playing. You give your word as a grown adult. I hereby agree to the terms of this contract of my own free will. I am not being coerced to signing this. I know what I'm getting into. And then you go back and you renege because, like I said, you have 1 or 2 good games, or you have a season, and now all of a sudden you think you're worth more than what you originally signed for. I don't understand that. And it couldn't be me. Because I tell you quick, nah, dude, you don't want to go by your contract? I'm going to take your money for as long as I can. I'm going to take back the money that I'm supposed to be paying you for as long as I can. And then I'm getting rid of you. And that's just, I'm going to dump you off on somebody else. And I'm going to put the word out that you ain't worth your word. Because this is a business. I'm running a business here, son. You understand what I'm saying? I'm running a business. And I ain't got time for people that break the contract. Because if the word gets out that, oh, yeah, he did it, so I'm going to do it too, my business is going to go down. And see, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Not that I couldn't do it. I just would not. If you sign the contract to say for this certain amount of money, for this certain amount of years, you are going to fulfill that contract. You're going to fulfill your end, and I'm going to fulfill my end. Now, if the contract is janky, that's your fault for signing it, because you should have your people go over it before you even look at it. But your people should be the first ones to look at the contract. And then they pass it off to you, and you and your people come to an agreement, and then you call me up, and you be like, all right, I can do this right now. That's where I sign at. And then it's over and done with. You understand what I'm saying? All this breach of contract and holding out and I want more money and I'm worth this and the market says I can get this, blah, blah, blah. Man, miss me with that bullshit. I could not be an owner in any professional sport because I would not deal with it. And I don't think I would have too many players on my team because I would let you know. I'll pay you what the market is worth, what your position is worth in the market, an average of what it's worth, and then you earn it. And if you earn it, there's incentives in there where you can earn more. And if you fuck up, there's things in there that let me know I can cut your head off. And if you sign it, if you agree to it, then the conversation is done and void. Now, about a year out, if you want to start renegotiating your contract, okay, we can do that. We can do that. But you still going to fulfill your contract. We can just start negotiating before the terms of the contract is finished. But you will not sign another contract with me until your contract is over. I'm not extending nothing. We going to abide by the rule. You gave me your word. As a grown adult, you gave me your word. And you are going to live up to your word. Or I'm going to sue your ass and take back everything that I just gave you and give it to somebody more deserving, because there are thousands of athletes every year that get overlooked in the draft that will outperform all these motherfuckers holding out because they hungry. So why would I waste time on a motherfucker that thinks he's worth more than what we originally thought he was worth? The fuck out of here, man. Miss me with that bullshit. So no, I couldn't be no NFL owner. I couldn't be no owner of no professional sports. Matter of fact, I hate even managing people. Because people are full of shit. I always want something for nothing, and then when you try to correct them on, when I was a manager not too long ago, before I got the position I'm in now, but when I was a manager, motherfuckers called HR on me 5-6 times because they said I wasn't talking to them right. Because the only thing I wanted them to do was their job. Come to work on time. Come to work in the right uniform. Once you come to work, don't be bullshitting. Do what I'm paying you to do. You understand? And motherfuckers got sappy attitudes with me because I was letting them know, hey, look here, bro, this is how we do things. And I consider myself a cool, I'm laid back. You know what I mean? I'm always trying to put my feelings above somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to not really accommodate. Well, I guess you can accommodate. I'll try to work with people. I'm a people person. But motherfuckers use that. Motherfuckers use that. And I was the one that paid for it. You understand? That's why I'm not in management now, because I refuse to go back to that bullshit. I refuse because I'm not no dictator. But I would be if I was a billionaire owner and you signed a contract with me worth millions of dollars and now all of a sudden you want more? The fuck out of here, homie. Nobody doing that. I'm not doing that. But anyway, that whole Haason Reddick shit, it just brought back what's been on my mind for years about these overpaid athletes. Because first off, there's no way that anybody playing a child sport, a sport that we played in the sandbox growing up, in the streets growing up, in schools growing up, there's no way anybody doing that professionally should be getting paid more than a doctor, than the police, than a fireman, than military. Anybody out doing a public servant, teachers, especially teachers, anybody doing anything for the public, a public servant, should be making 10 times more than what an athlete makes. Straight up. Because the only thing athletes are doing is entertaining us. That's all. That's all they're doing is entertaining us. Most Americans live their lives through the damn sports teams anyway. There's no way an entertainer should be getting paid more than a teacher. But that's the world we live in. But anyway, that was on my mind. This is the kind of rant. I just get heated when I see shit like that because it's ignorance to me. It's stupid. But anyway, that's my post for today. Thank you all for tuning in. Until next time, deuces.